All right, Wednesday morning, what does that mean? Well, it means today is the day of my second interview for my first official, well, actually second sales job. The last one, wasn't a fan of working where I was working, so I pieced out, I chucked the deuces and bounced. I quit because lack of organization, no structure, and poor communication, which I do not want to be a part of. God bless that facility. God bless what they're doing. I hope they prosper. I hope their future is abundant, and I hope they continue to help people in their way. So anyway, this is the second potential sales job that I can land and work towards growth, work towards evolution, work towards becoming better than I am today in regards to sales. And then I'd like to get deeper into advertising, deeper into marketing, and putting everything together on the back end: fulfillment, retention, ascension, all the amazing pillars within a business. So yeah, today's the day. We're going to see how the second interview goes. It's going to be on Zoom, and I've done a lot of work up to this point. It's been a ton of hours. Well, I would say probably like 6 or 7 hours, maybe even more, just because I've done stuff here and there throughout the day. So not bad. I feel pretty good about what I've memorized thus far. My only concern is the role-playing part, because I don't know if I'm going to be given a script or if I got to just do it off the top of the head. I will write down a bunch of questions that I'll have with me, because I think that's just an intelligent thing to do. I don't think just winging shit off the top of my head is a good idea. So I'd like to just practice where I'm at today, and I'm going to spend another 20 minutes after I shut the video off and just work on these lines again, and then go in, grab some breakfast, do another 20 minutes. I'll probably put in an hour of practice before I get on the interview. All right, so here we go. Without further ado, how are you doing today? Great. I've been looking forward to chatting because I'm interested to see if you're someone this program would actually work for. Look, everything is confidential, so I just want you to be 100% open and honest with me, because I'm here to help, and the more I can learn about you, the better I can help you. So can you be 100% open and honest with me? Awesome. And if we both decide to move forward with the program, is this a decision you'd be able to make on your own, or would you need the approval of someone else before you do the program? And the only reason I ask is because we've had multiple people do the program, and a couple weeks in, they completely disappear because of a significant other, a friend, a family member. Someone made them drop out because they didn't like the change in their lifestyle. So I do always have to ask this: would you need the approval of someone else before you do the program, or is this a decision you'd be able to make on your own? Awesome. So with this program, the people that see results start right away. There's a lot of urgency. The people that say maybe, or I need to think about it, and then eventually sign up, they never get good results. Sometimes it's because they're not 100% bought into the program, and sometimes it's because they're not really sure if they're ready to take action to get to where they want to be. And look, I don't take on every client I talk to, but if we get to the end and we both feel like this program is a good fit, just give me a yes or a no, and let's stay away from maybe or I need to think about it. And if you tell me no, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I promise. Sound fair? All right, so that's what roughly 5, 6, maybe 7 hours of work sounds like. Hopefully it's more natural. It's nice to be able to do it in one take. I kind of paused for a second there because I did almost lose track, but boom, I was able to get back on track. So yeah, this is what it looks like trying to get a sales job for me at 38 years old. Yeah, I'll just say I woke up this morning with my mind racing just a little bit. It was hard for the mind to actually land and focus, because I usually start my days off with some reading, and I usually start with a book that's more spiritual, and so in terms of spiritual principles, that's what it's usually rooted in or based in, and that's how I like to start the day, because it helps me move in that direction. For the rest of the day, I try to bring what I read into my life, meaning into my day, into my relationships and communication with other people. So yeah, it took a little bit. It wasn't a great, solid reading, but it was nice to come across one of the prayers in the book that I'm reading, and let's just share that. All right. Higher power, I stand ready to carry your message to others. Remove from me the shortcomings and fears holding me back. Help me be who you would have me be. May I choose to remain on your path always. And then usually what I do when I come across a prayer is I just repeat it. It's like, anyway, that was a combination of multiple words. I repeat it, so I'm going to do that again. Higher power, I stand ready to carry your message to others. Remove from me the shortcomings and fears holding me back. Help me be who you would have me be. May I choose to remain on your path always. Higher power, I stand ready to carry your message to others. Remove from me the shortcomings and fears holding me back. Help me be who you would have me be. May I choose to remain on your path always. The antidote to self-centered fear is humility and willingness. And that was just a little note I wrote based on the reading underneath that prayer. So the antidote to self-centered fear is humility and willingness. And I'm just glad that it touches on the topic of fear, because while I'm in this transition right now, as I walk through the bottom of the valley of death, meaning internal death, I've been able to, and I've been afforded the opportunity to face more fears that I have within myself, and to walk through these fears, and to, even though I'm afraid and fearful or nervous or have anxiety or a lot of negative self-talk going on, I get back to this place of, yes, I admit I'm fearful right now. I'm able to be honest with myself and say, yeah, this is scary. Yeah, this is definitely uncomfortable. And although those feelings are coming up and those thoughts are occurring, I get back to the question of, all right, maybe because it's uncomfortable, my mind is saying like, yeah, don't do this, or I don't want to do this, because there's a million other things out there that would feel better than this. And although I don't want to, I do want to. So first is identifying that that thought is actually a lie. And the reason I want to do it, if I sit with that thought, I can get to the place where I can see, like, doing this allows me to have the future that I want to have, or that I would like to have. And if I don't do these things, I'm not going to progress or be able to do what I'd like to do in the future. So the thought comes in, I don't want to do this. Why? Because it's uncomfortable, it's fearful. And then I identify that thought, I look below that thought, and it's like, no, I do want to do this, because these are the things that I need to do right now that are going to help me to become who I want to be, or help me to be more than I am right now, which will build that kind of future, because it starts here. I got to do the building within first, and then I can do the building so within, so without, so to speak. So yeah, this has been one hell of a ride up to this point, and I'm just in that place where there's definitely self-centered fears, and it's cool to read something where it says the antidote to that is humility and willingness. So it's getting back to that thought of, maybe I don't want to do it because the feeling that I get from this is it's uncomfortable, but then the next question is, am I willing to do this? Am I willing to do this? Even though it's uncomfortable, even though I'm having these kinds of thoughts, am I willing to show up for myself today? And if I show up for myself, that helps me show up for others. In terms of me taking care of myself, then I can help or be of maximum service. So am I willing to do this? Am I willing to show up on the interview? Am I willing to put in the preparation? Am I willing to continue practicing all throughout the day? Am I willing to, even if I fail today on the interview, to listen, to hear someone out, and if they have any positive criticism come my way, can I take that in, make the adjustments necessary, and be willing to look a fool, be willing to mess up, make mistakes, and do it wrong, but to get back up and continue at least showing up and doing my best. So I'll leave you with that question. Even if you don't want to do something, but you know it's for the greater good, are you willing to do it? Because that's basically what my life has boiled down to at this moment, but it's been boiling down to that for a long time. Because with the business that I had, I just feel like I was able to kind of skirt around some of these fears and not face them, because it was comfortable enough to have a nice lifestyle to live off of. But again, the problem was it wasn't going to build the kind of future that I see for myself and my girlfriend, which will be my future wife, and the ideas that I have surrounding a potential family and living, in the mountains and eating the kinds of foods I'd like our family to eat, and, being able to provide all of that for them. I didn't see, if I stayed where I was at, the ability to do that. And now I'm seeing that, the root of what's been going on is I gotta rip the scab off, or I gotta rip, and the alarm just went off. That was my 25-minute timer for my practice. So I'll get back to, I just gotta go down into that pain, and just give it all I got. In terms of giving it all I got is not like, oh, I'm gonna go out and crush it and fight like a warrior. It's like, cool, that's awesome, yeah, you can do that, but it's like, no, I'm just gonna, do painful shit right now, because the pain, or the type of pain, is a pain that's positive. And I don't know if that totally makes sense, but that's what's coming to me right now. Is like, that's positive pain because of the growth that it can potentially produce. So I'm dealing with potential, and I would like to turn it into actuality. That was something I heard Jordan Peterson talking about on a podcast maybe yesterday or the day before. It just clicked. It was in my mind. Potentiality, or potential, and then actuality, actualization, making that my reality, because the potential is there. It's just if I'm willing to do the work or not. And this is what doing the work looks like for me at this moment, and being okay with it, being hella uncomfortable. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to practicing out here in the truck. We'll probably video. I just thought of that this morning. I'll probably be able to video the interview because it's a Zoom call, so I'll be able to keep the anonymity of the individual, but I'll be able to shoot the camera in my direction, so I can share what the interview looks like if there's nothing that would affect the other individual involved. So with that, peace out. I'll see you in the next one.